So this lesson will be just a couple miscellaneous singles tips that'll be very helpful for singles and can be applicable to just all pickleball in general. So if you want to continue to elevate your game, like and subscribe everything Selkirk TV so you can follow along with these lesson courses and all the podcasts. So the first tip that we'll talk about is, well, what do I do when I'm playing a very fast person in singles? A lot of the good singles players are very, very fast. So one thing you can do to expose that strength that your opponent has is to either volley or pass behind them. What fast people do is as soon as they hit a ball, they typically take off running to the open court. So if you take that volley or passing shot and put it behind them, they're going to have so much speed going one way, they're not going to be able to change directions and get back in time, and a lot of times you'll hit a slow winner on them. Another tip is, well, what do I do against someone that's just ripping balls at the baseline by me all the time? Well, if someone is really good on the baseline, what you need to do is you need to test to see if they're good not on the baseline. So we talked about that horizontal, get them off that horizontal. What does that mean? If you're at the net and they're ripping passing shots by you, find a way to volley short. If you can take a volley and just anything dead and short, that's going to force them to have to take steps forward, get off of where they're very comfortable playing tennis and ripping ground strokes, and test them in the cat and mouse, test them in the transition zone. Another thing that's a little bit more unique to singles, especially at higher levels, is people can go on big runs very quickly. A big serve, a missed return, a couple passing shots, all of a sudden you've stacked up 4 or 5 points, which is halfway to the entire game. So what do you do if you're up and all of a sudden someone's on a, how do you prevent those 4, 5, 6 point runs? Well, this is where I think you can use timeouts a little bit more non-traditionally that you would use in the doubles pickleball. And I've messed around a little bit. If you're playing someone that you know is really good at these kind of dangerous long runs, if they win 2 or 3 points in a row, take a timeout, no matter what the score is. Because what you're trying to prevent is that 6, 7 point run, 4 or 5 point run, where maybe you had a lead and now they're coming back, or maybe they have a lead and they're trying to finish the game off. Taking that timeout at 3 points, 2 points, can kind of reset the momentum and they're not going to be swinging as free anymore. Last general tip, very important singles, but kind of in all pickleball, maybe all racket sports, is why the worst error that you can make, because we're all going to make errors in this game, the worst error you can make is in the net. If you can take the net out of play, all the other errors are going to be much better than missing in the net. Why is that? Because if you miss in the net, you can't win the point. Immediately you've lost the point. If you miss the ball long or wide, you can actually still win the point if your opponent hits it before it goes out. So if you take the net out of play, you're going to give yourself more chances to win the point in multiple different ways. You can hit a winner. You can hit a ball that's going to force an error from your opponent. You can hit a ball that's going out and your opponent still hits it and continues the point where they make an error. There's a lot of different ways you can win the point if you just get the ball over the net immediately. But as soon as the ball hits the net, you've lost it.